Good morning, everyone. I let my hair grow out. Look, this is Bedhead. This is Julia Bedhead instead of Julia Butterfly. I wanted to give you an update because I haven't checked in a while, and there's been many reasons. One of the reasons was because I got hit by the worst allergies I've had in a very long time that triggered really severe asthma and migraines and headaches. Like bad headaches, I can manage. Migraines, I go flat. I'm in such awe of people who can deal with life when they're having a migraine. So that was like a month. And then I also have been really struggling with my mental health. As many of you know, I have struggled with mental health issues off and on my whole life. And it's been really hard for a while. And people are like, well, why don't you post about this? And why don't you post about that? And it's like, because I'm holding on by a thread. And everybody is already posting about all those things. I don't need to post about all the horrible things happening in the world all the time because everybody else knows. So I'm not ignoring it at all. I'm just not my nervous system can't process it right now because it's been really, really, really difficult for me. Since I was a little girl, my depression has more often than not been linked to grief. And so I take things in really seriously and deeply, and my nervous system sometimes just can't process it very well. And I decided to post this video not for any sympathy or anything. As all of you know, I'm like, don't give me sympathy, please. But just to honor and acknowledge the other people who are going through a really hard time right now. Like, a lot of people are in deep grief about the United States and what's happening here, about Gaza, what's happening there, what's happening in the Sudan, what's happened with the Myanmar people. Like, the list goes on and on and on about the atrocities happening to people. And then there's the atrocities happening to our planet, which are everywhere. Like, I'm just like, when I go next to the ocean and all I see is plastic trash and I'm picking it all up, I sob. I'm like, how did we get to a point where we thought this was a good idea as people to create this ugly place out of such a beautiful, sacred place? So it's been rough. And as an extreme introvert, I go inward when I'm having a hard time. I don't go outward. And so that's why you haven't seen much posted from me. But I thought I'd post a serious subject with silly hair, just for balance. It's all about the balance, y'all. Anyway, I've also just been through a really profound experience, but I'll share that another time when it's appropriate. But it was a hard but also really beautiful, profound experience. But I just wanted you to know why. It's like I was posting there for a while and then boop, I haven't even been able to respond to emails, texts. I'm behind on everything. There were days I tried to get out of bed to do my dishes and I would get 2 done and I would just feel overwhelmed and crawl back into bed. So I have days like that, sometimes months like that. And anyone out there who struggles with any kind of mental health challenge, I have PTSD as well as grief, depression, and sometimes it all just piles up and I have all the tools, listen to the meditations and read this book and do all those things. And guess what I have? And when people are like, well, I get depressed too, but sooner or later, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's a difference between getting depressed and living with chronic treatment resistant depression. There is a massive difference. So I just posted this because I want people to know that even if you're just struggling through momentary depression and grief, because I don't wish this what I've been going through on anyone, but even if you're just going through emotional grief and depression about your personal life or the state of the world, that you're not alone. It's hard sometimes to find a way to generate ourselves into a life in a world that can be so hurtful and hateful and challenging. But you're loved and you're appreciated by someone, and reach out if that feels right, or go inwards if you're like me, if that feels right. Just know that there's no right or wrong way to process your own experience. And that if others try to tell you how to process your experience, tell them, thank you for sharing, but I have my own experience, but I understand now how you process your experience. So thanks for sharing your experience. I will be back with more content soon-ish, I think. Okay, take care.